Hi. Okay, so there are some people here. Hi, everyone. I'm Gia. We're gonna give it a few minutes, so some other people could join us. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I see some people in the chat. There's a live chat to the right of your screen. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Hi. Okay, I guess you guys could hear me. Where's everyone from? So cool. Thank you, Angela. Hi, Boaz. Louisiana. Nice. Welcome. Yeah, so I'm a bit early, so we're just gonna wait for some people to join us. Using my husband's account, La Fala Hi from Arizona. Sounds like something I would do. Hi. Texas. Hi, Texas. Thank you. North Carolina, LA. It's so cool. Thank you. Yeah, so Toronto. Cool. Yeah, like I said, to anyone that's joining us now, we're just gonna wait a few minutes so some more people could join us, and then I'm gonna be spilling all the tea. Toronto, LA, Oklahoma, Colorado. Isn't that cool how like the internet brings people together? So crazy. What century am I in, right? I'm late. Okay, just a few more minutes. I'm in New York, and we currently have a snowstorm right now, so that's fun. And I'm just setting up here the stuff I'm gonna be using. So 2 more minutes, and then I'll get started. I know you guys are probably like, let's go. It's wonderful. Yeah, just 2 more minutes, so we get some more people. Georgia. Nice. I feel so crazy because I only have my eyes and my brows done, so I'm like super excited to get started. Today's class is gonna be super fun, all about foundation. So make sure you keep watching. Real cold here. Yeah, here too. Here's like freaking 29 degrees, I think. It's so cold. All right, 1 more minute and then I'm gonna start. I look so pale right now with no makeup. Hi, Sarah. Louisiana, another Louisiana. So cool. Yeah, just a few more seconds. All right, I'm gonna start. I'm punctual today. All right, so yeah, throughout the class, I'm sure more people are gonna join us. I hope so. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Yeah, so I'm Gia. Nice to meet you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm partnering with Il Maquillage, and I'm gonna be telling you guys all about their Woke Up Like This foundation, which is right here. And I'm gonna be doing a try-on. So I'm gonna show you everything about it. I'm gonna show you the packaging. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about their Try Before You Buy program. And then yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a review, an in-person review. I'm gonna be showing you everything. You're gonna see everything for yourself. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then also make sure you guys stay tuned till the end because they are gonna be giving a mystery gift. So I'm telling you guys now early, so you guys make sure to stay tuned. So yeah, like I said, I'm Gia, and for everyone that's just joining, hi Oklahoma, Michigan, cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm here in New York, and I've been a professional makeup artist based here in New York City for over 10 years now. I have to stop saying I say that so much. I have to catch myself. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna just be telling you guys everything I love about this product and why I know you guys will love it as well. Texas. Yeah, guys, for those of you guys that are just joining us, feel free to leave me your questions throughout this video as well on the live chat. I'll be answering as much as I can, as quickly as I can. All right, so I did have my box. I just got home today and somebody threw it out. So I'm so sorry. I didn't notice till like a few minutes ago. But once you receive the product, I'm going to start off by telling you guys about the Try Before You Buy program. So yeah, you're going to receive a super cute, chic box, and you're going to have a brochure inside. And in the brochure, it's pretty much going to tell you about the program. And I'm going to try to keep things super simple. So like I said, this is the foundation. But when you receive the box, it's going to have a brochure, and it's going to pretty much tell you about how the program works. So you're pretty much trying the product free of charge for 14 days. The only thing you're paying for is shipping, which is $5, US and Canada. So yeah, that's that. Now, when it comes to the shade matching, and like I said, I'm going to be trying it on, etc. I just want to make like the most important points through so that once people start joining us, it's not like all over the place. Where's my, okay, yeah. So I've been tanning, so I hope it works. Yeah. So that's the program. 14 days free of charge. You're only paying for shipping. And yeah, you get it delivered straight to your door, comfort of your home, especially, you know, with everything that's going on right now. We can't really, you know, have access to color matching in stores, etc. And when it comes to their PowerMatch quiz, which I'm sure you all have already taken that. I mean, I hope so. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? But yeah, the PowerMatch quiz is super, super accurate. When I tell you, it is so accurate. I was skeptical at first. When I first like heard about everything, heard about the quiz, heard about the foundation, I was like, there's no way this could be true. But long story short, because I talk a lot, it's crazy. It's crazy accurate. So I'm going to show you guys. To start off, I'm going to actually go in with primer, and then I'll continue to talk. Also, if you guys have questions, feel free to write them down in the live chat. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so right now I only have moisturizer that I applied a while ago, obviously my brows and my eyes. So now I'm going to show you, this is what the packaging looks like. Again, you're going to receive it in a cute little black box. It's super chic with a brochure. I also believe it comes with the shipping label in case you want to send it back. And mine, I use it all the time, so obviously it's not brand new. So the greatest thing about the program is that for starters, like I said, you have 14 days. But for those people, I know people always like, oh, how about if you don't like it, etc. You can just send it back. So it's completely risk-free. You're only paying for shipping. After the 14 days are over and done with, then they're going to assume, okay, this person loved it, and then they're going to charge you. So keywords is risk-free. That's why I'm like obsessed with this whole, not only the product, but the program is amazing. Georgia. I could swear I used this in my 20s. I'm 67 now. Really? All right. So packaging is like this, super sleek. I was just like messing around with it. So it is a pull off cap, and it's glass. Also, something I didn't mention, you're receiving a full size foundation bottle. So it's not like a trial size. And I have huge hands. So yeah, this is a full size. Can't get better than that. So I'm going to just shake it up because that's what I like to do. And before I go ahead and apply that, I'm going to go ahead and apply some primer. Like I mentioned, I only have some moisturizer and then my eyes, nothing else on. So I'm going to go ahead. This one's brand new, so it's going to take a while to disperse the product. Okay. And I love this primer. So towards the end, I'm also going to be getting into their, what do you call it? I'm also going to be getting into like the bundle packages that they have, which are also super amazing. Now, this is the primer, and I had some eyeliner there before, but it's so smooth. It's so beautiful. Now, my hands are clean. I did just apply alcohol before. But yeah, I like to apply this with my hands, and I apply that all over. For those of you that don't know, primer is super important, especially if, for example, with this primer in particular, it's amazing at blurring, smoothing, controlling the oil, and overall, it helps with the longevity of your makeup. I also love applying under the eyes because my concealer does not crease when I do this. Yeah, so if you're someone that has like texture, pores, fine lines, wrinkles, you would really love this primer. Even on the back of my hands, it's just like so smooth. Can you tell the difference? My veins look crazy, but it's so smooth. And it feels so luxurious. So I kind of put that all over. Also, when I do my eyes, I do apply it on the eyes as well. And I'm just showing you this step because I never skip this step. It's super important for me. So do I get a gift for real, Elena? Yeah, guys, so if you guys are just joining us, make sure you guys stay tuned till the end. If I'm repetitive, I'm sorry. It's just because I don't know when people are joining us, and I want to make sure that everyone here gets like the full-on experience of like the tips that I'm sharing. So I don't mean to be repetitive, sorry. But yeah, you do, as long as you stay tuned till the end. They do have a mystery gift for you guys that do decide to try the try before you buy. So stay tuned for that. All right, next I have my favorite brush I've ever had, ever for foundation. This is the 100 brush. And I don't mean to be showing other products, but I'm just like, I'm showing you guys what I love and what I use. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a few pumps of the foundation. And I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna do half the face actually. I wanna show you guys half first, just to see if you guys notice a difference. In the meantime, I'll tell you all about the formula, etc. Again, if you have questions, I'll answer as long as you leave them for me there. So when it comes to the formula of this foundation, for starters, I don't even know where to begin. So as far as formula, it's a demi matte. I'm going to go ahead and blend while I talk. So it's a demi matte, meaning it's a satin finish. I feel like the lighting is like a little crazy. I hope it looks okay. Yeah, so it's a demi matte. It's not too dewy. It's not matte. It's satin. It's right in between. And what I love most about it is that it's literally, you can manipulate it. So what I mean by that is for someone that has oilier skin and you want a more mattifying foundation, all you have to do is use mattifying primer. This one's a great option because like I mentioned, it does control the oil. Also, when you have like oilier skin, we do tend to have, you know, larger pores, some more texture, vice versa if you're dry, you know. So yeah, you can always use just, you know, mattifying skincare, etc. Vice versa, if you have drier skin, me, I have sensitive dry right now, but it's so beautiful. Besides being a medium, besides being a like demi matte, it's a medium to full coverage and it's buildable. So what that means, I don't know if you guys could tell right now. So it literally looks like my skin, but better. I just did half for those of you guys that are joining. So it's pretty much you're in control of the coverage also. If you apply a little, you're going to get, you know, a good amount of coverage, but still very natural, still looks like your skin, but better. Now, if you want to build it up, just add a little bit more. And one tip that I want to mention is for those of you that want full coverage, because again, it's buildable, meaning no matter how many layers you do, it's not going to get cakey, which is a plus because nobody wants cakey, heavy makeup, especially now with mask and everything. So I'll also get into that. And then my favorite part is that it's so lightweight. When I tell you I do not feel like I have anything on, I feel like I have nothing on. Now, right now, I just did like a small layer. I don't really focus under the eye because I'm going to go in with concealer, the whole shebang. So that's that. So right now I'm using the 100 brush, and this is my favorite because for me, sometimes I'll go ahead and use like a damp sponge. I also have that one here. I usually do like my concealer with this or like my cream contour. But overall, this is my favorite because you're in control of the coverage. The brush is, it's not too dense, it's not too fluffy. It's literally the perfect bristles, for you to get that airbrush finish. I like to kind of stipple and then buff, but it's so easy. It's really, really easy to blend. I'm going to just like look at some questions. I'm going to go in and apply a little bit more because right now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I do have sunspots here. I have a bit of freckles right here. They're not that noticeable, but yeah, right now I want, the imperfections. I just want to be evened out. I want my complexion to be evened out, any like, hyperpigmentation, but I still want the skin to seep through. So now I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to pick that up with the brush. And for more coverage, I like to wait until this dries a little bit until I go in with the next layer, just because you don't want to disturb what you just did. If you don't like let it dry for a little bit, then you're just wasting makeup. That is a perfect match. I'm nervous about picking the wrong shade. It is the perfect match, right? I'm telling you, it's insane. Literally took the quiz, only took 90 seconds. And I'm just gonna show you, like, they match you right on. When it's the summertime and I need like my summer shade, obviously the way I answer the questions are different because at that point I'm imagining, I'm more sun-kissed, etc. I'm out in the sun more often. So they still match me to perfection. Okay. Now that that's like a bit dry, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more. Again, I'm someone, I like overall all seasons, like I like a natural finish. I love, again, to be, cover any imperfections, but I want to look like it's my skin, just better, just flawless. And the name is Woke Up Like This, don't I wish I woke up like this? But yeah, and I also like to do this stipple so it doesn't like, disturb the makeup. Now, besides all of that I just shared, from the foundation being lightweight, being a buildable coverage, being a satin, which is a demi matte, it's enriched with vitamin E and hyaluronic acid. So both of those are super, super hydrating. It pretty much retains the moisture and also allows for you guys to have a, smoother finish. I always get a lot of questions right now, it's a little crazy, the world, but with my clients, they all love it because I do tend to have a lot of older clients, and that's always like a major concern. Some people are like, oh, how about for more mature skin? How is it? You would love it because, one, you're getting a beautiful coverage. Two, it's very lightweight. So we have to be cautious, whether it's more mature, whether it's texture, whatever the case may be, you want a product that gives you that flawless coverage. But overall, you don't want it to like weigh your face down. You don't want it to be super drying because that enhances texture and imperfections, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that was one of your questions. And you have more mature skin, you have texture, whatever the case may be, you're going to love it because, like I said, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid are amazing. And it's so lightweight. So... And again, with the PowerMatch quiz, you guys already took it. I just want to show you that like you're going to be matched to perfection and you really have nothing to lose because I'm going in now to the other side, to the other half of my face. You really have nothing to lose, like I said, because I'm going to put more because last time I applied with my finger because I want you guys to see. But yeah, you have nothing to lose because in the event that, you don't love it, you can always send it back. So yeah, doesn't get better than that. And I love to blend it like this. See, you stipple. You can clearly see it's the perfect match. And the way you tell it's a perfect match is if it blends in with the neck and the rest of the body. Of course, if you have, let's say, melasma, hyperpigmentation, or whatever the case may be, it's up to you to determine what you want to match it to, because that's also a realistic concern that a lot of people have. I just apply some on my brow. So yeah, you have nothing to worry. Just as long as you answer the questions accurately, you should be fine. Now, keep in mind, I haven't done my concealer yet, and I don't really apply foundation there because it kind of, defeats the purpose if I'm still going to apply concealer. And I want to just apply minimal products so it doesn't get crazy. I'm also nervous about color. So you shouldn't be, Lisa. Like I said, it's crazy. The technology is insane, but they literally get a perfect match all the time. And I tried it a few times. Like I said, summer when I was a bit more sun-kissed, and I just retook the quiz because it was a drastic change. It was like 3 shades different. Altered the way I answered the questions, which you don't have to do now because that's, when we get to the summertime, but it's always on point. It's super accurate. Where was I? Is a kabuki brush fine? That's also Lisa, I believe. A kabuki brush is completely fine. It all comes down to preference, really, and what makes you most comfortable. How you blend. I kind of switch it back and forth. There's brushes like this. Really, all depends what you're most comfortable with. In the meantime, because I'm going to continue to talk, because I love to talk, but I'm going to go ahead and do some concealer. And this is the Beat I'm Flawless concealer, and I love this concealer. I'm going to get into that as well, why I love it. But I'm going to also answer questions. I can't find a coverage. I can't find a coverage. I can still, I guess, see the markers on my face. What would I be doing wrong? Are you applying like a color corrector before? This is from Monica. Yeah, keep in mind you're doing, again, depending if you have blemishes, hyperpigmentation, whatever the case may be. If you want to cancel that out, you want to cancel that out ideally before the foundation so that when you have the foundation, it's not like going to seep throughout the day. You're going to have that flawless finish all day long. Where was I? I don't want to look too orange or too pale. Sharita. So Sharita, as long as you answered the questions, again, I'm pretty much here to tell you, like, if you were ever hesitant, like, don't be, because trust in the test that only took 90 seconds. It's super accurate. And again, if it doesn't match you or if you don't like it, you can always just send it back. They already have the printable label, so it's kind of, risk-free. There's really nothing to it. Again, I'm using the Fuck I'm Flawless concealer. This one's in the shade 8, and it is lighter. I'll tell you why it's lighter while I answer another question. I'm a neutral, so it seems I always get orange color, Lisa. No, well, you won't have that problem here because they match you to perfection. And not to mention, they have 50 shades. I look crazy, I know. I'm going to start blending that out. I like starting here. So they have 50 shades, and their color, the variety of colors they have, they're so diverse. And what I love about it also, that I'm not sure, like, if I haven't really seen, honestly speaking, too many brands that have like a great variety of shades as far as, they cater to everyone's undertone. So they have neutral undertones, they have warmer, they have cooler, which is really important. Because yeah, if you're neutral, just make sure you're getting a neutral undertone. Now for this part, I'm going to use a damp sponge. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about this because luckily this is a product that you can actually bundle at checkout, I believe. So once you add to cart your foundation, you could bundle, I believe you could actually bundle with the primer or this. So you're in luck, whichever one, or maybe both, I'm not sure, but go for it. It's a steal. And again, it's risk-free. What was I? Oh, so the shade I'm using is shade 120. This one's actually neutral. Yeah, it really depends, summer, winter. Right now I'm a bit neutral, but I do have, a little bit of yellow going on. So yeah. I'm so eager to try. Have taken the quiz, have seen results, and I feel like I'll look so pale. And it's good. No, again, if you're eager to try, you have nothing really to lose. Go for it. I'm here to reduce any hesitation you might have had because it's so on point. How much is the brush? El Maquillage might be able to answer you better because I don't remember. Okay. Monica, I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. But as you can see, you see how it instantly lifted the eye. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about this so I don't, take too long. But in comparison to the foundation, obviously it's a concealer. So this is what you want to use to kind of target blemishes, to brighten, to conceal. So usually center of the face, under the eyes, anywhere. Now, in my case, I'm using it to conceal and highlight, so 2 in 1. Once again, I want to apply minimal makeup because although I like a beautiful coverage, I like my skin to look good in person. That's really important for me. I don't just like, adding a filter. Like, I need it to look good in person. So I just do 2-in-1, conceal and brighten. The trick to that is just going like a few shades lighter. So I'm going to show you again. Just going to apply on this side. Now, obviously, once I'm done, I always go in with like, bronzer, because there's levels to this. I'll be lying if I just told you, oh, just throw on foundation. Like, realistically, once you do apply the foundation, that's great. If that's, if you like that look, then that's totally fine. But what happens with me is that it'll wash me out. It will, even out any discoloration and just kind of even me out overall. But it does wash me out. So I need to add, the dimension back, warm it up with bronzer. So if I look a little light, it's because of that, but it's a perfect match. Yeah, so now I'm going to go in under the eye. And that was so easy. Now, as far as formula, it's a creaseless concealer. That's what I will say. That's the first thing I'm going to mention, because that is my favorite part of this concealer, is that it's creaseless. It's super lightweight and the coverage is beautiful. So similar to the foundation, the coverage is also a medium to full. And I'm just being cautious because my liner. So what I mean by creaseless is once it's set, you're good. You could even skip powder if you're drier and it's not going to move. No, Monica, sorry. I don't know if I answered your question. You have to buy something first before you get a free gift. No, so you're not buying anything, but once you're at checkout and you're going to do the try before you buy, which is risk-free and you're only paying for shipping, then you will receive a gift, which is yours to keep. So, okay, that's that. Awesome. Thanks. You're welcome. What would you recommend for someone that is a beginner in using makeup? Crystal Jones. Crystal, as far as what? Let me know as far as what. I don't know if it's like shade, product. I thought concealer went on first. Kathy. So it really all depends, preference. I like doing concealer first when I'm color correcting. So in this case, once I'm done with everything, where is it? I'm gonna do a little cream contour actually also. You can do it, but again, I recommend doing concealer first when it's helping with discoloration. So let's say you have like darkness under the eyes, you want to do something like an orange, a peachy, a salmon, something like that to correct that, then you conceal. But in my case, where I just wanted to conceal and highlight, I do it after. Yeah, it's also a preference. You look amazing. Thank you. Okay, I skipped so many questions. Your color is flawless. It is, and it's all due to the quiz. No lie, no gas. It's just the quiz. All right, so I'm going to use another concealer. This is also the concealer, and I might be rambling. I'm sorry. But as you guys can tell, the match is perfect. It's so on point. But what happens now is that I looked a little washed out. I kind of like lost my structure. So I'm going to add a little bit of the same concealer I just used, but this is in a darker shade, shade 16. The other one was shade 8. And I'm just going to add a little bit just to kind of warm us up, give us that dimension, this double chin, this quarantine, And I like doing the sides of the nose also. For those of you that just joined us, I've just been talking about the foundation. I also did some primer, some concealer, and I'm just showing you guys how accurate their PowerMatch quiz is. And it's risk-free. If you guys don't like it, you can return it. But overall, I want to show you that the match is always perfect. So now I'm going to blend this out. And similar to how I blend out the foundation, I like to stipple. And I always go a little bit higher. I like to stipple and then buff once again. And these blend like butter. I love it because it doesn't disrupt the makeup underneath. It's like literally like they blend so seamless together. I'm like obsessed. Look, I didn't even finish blending and it looks so flawless. On my days where like I really am lazy and I don't want to do too much, I throw on foundation. Everything I just did now, not my 40-minute makeup. I'm talking 40 minutes now, but literally less than 10 minutes. Then I go here. You can also buff that here. I'm going in. I went from talking about foundation to a contour session. But you're going to see what? It's so dramatic. It makes such a difference. No, if you're a beginner, don't worry because again, this blends like butter. And this is just me showing you what I like to do. But yeah, it's so trust me when I tell you, if you're just starting off, I would definitely recommend and that's a funny question. I'm gonna answer you right now. Yeah, I would definitely recommend using a product like this because it's super easy to blend. Okay, where was I? I just had another question. I'm a beginner with makeup altogether. I want to conceal and look natural. Tiffany, yeah, Tiffany. So for Tiffany Jones, if you're a beginner and you want to look natural, I would definitely recommend. Um, this is a great point to start because, like I mentioned, as far as the foundation, it's super natural. It's a buildable coverage, so you kind of can control it if you want it, heavier, if you want it more natural. So you can. There's room, room for error as you may call it. I'm gonna do the other side because but look at the difference. You see how it's a bit more structured? Yeah, so I definitely would recommend the foundation, the concealer ideally, and the primer. I mean, everything, all of those are the base products that you want to focus on. Just gonna give it a second. So if you didn't get the right color and you already took the quiz, I would just, if you haven't already, send it back and they'll definitely, you can always send a picture to them. But again, you shouldn't have that issue because it's super accurate. I'm just doing the same on this side. Look how perfect. If you're a beginner and you want to contour, try this concealer. You won't be mad, I promise. Does the foundation have SPF? No, it does not. And honestly speaking, like I mentioned, I've been doing makeup. I always say over 10 years. I believe it's been 12 years now professionally in New York City. And in my kit, like when I have, my go-to, I can't say I have one foundation with SPF. That's just my personal preference. And the reason is because I do a lot of bridal. Obviously now things are a little crazy, but I tend to do a lot of bridal, a lot of photography, a lot of videos, music videos, things like that. And for those, when you have a foundation with SPF, you do tend to get flashback. I was gonna say fallout, flashback, which I hate. So I always do my SPF. You could do your moisturizer or you could do a spray afterwards. Me, I do all my skincare products. Lastly, I'll do my SPF right before primer. Only in the morning or, I'm going out. Nighttime, you don't need, you could skip SPF. All right, so that's that. And then you can always go back with the sponge to make sure everything is seamless. See, but it just kind of brought some life back, brought some structure back. I'm sorry, I'm talking so much. Kathy said, wait, where was I? Yeah, you look flawless because you're only 20. Actually, I'm 30, okay? So no, but thank you. I'm flattered. Do you give classes? Oh my God, that looks so good, laugh out loud. Yes, I'm giving you one right now, girl. And if you want another one, request it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's so on point. And I was sold when I first heard about this. I saw their ads and everything. And I was like, hold up. This is amazing because there's no way you're going to match me to my perfect shade in 90 seconds by taking a quiz in the comfort of my couch. Like, not going to happen. And sure enough, they did. And again, if you guys just joined or you left for a second or whatever, in the summertime, I do have a different shade. So my answers are altered and I still received the right match. I answered Esther. I'm sold. This makeup looks amazing. Thank you, Sharita. Yeah, I love it. I'm obsessed. That's what I'm sharing with you guys because it's amazing. Because I mean, you're funny. I bet you're fine. And especially if you're not used to it, this is a great one to start off with because it's so lightweight. So it's forgiving. But at the same time, you're getting an amazing coverage. Sarah, I didn't understand the question. Okay, hold on. What if the question is just a way to light color? Yeah, so I believe, I'm not sure if you already took the quiz, but if you did, as long as you answered the questions correctly, then you should be fine. I believe it does have an option if you like your foundation lighter or darker. I'm not sure if that was like the question, but yeah, as long as you did that, then they still matched you perfectly. How did you choose the color for the darker concealer that you used for contour? Well, me, I just looked at it, not to no, but they also have a quiz for that. So they do have the Fuck I'm Flawless concealer quiz. But in your case, I mean, it really depends. You could take the quiz or take a look at the website. You usually, if you want it natural, I'd recommend going like 2 shades darker if you want like a natural contour. Me, I like, I like it one and done. So I do go not extreme, but I kind of, I don't want to flatter myself, but I know I'm gonna make it work no matter what I'm given. But yeah, I guess it's a matter of like maybe take the quiz. Thank you, Ria. It's actually theirs, but I have them stacked when I want like a, wispy kind of thing. I hope it's back. It said, I got a little message that said error something, unstable connection. Not sure. Oh, maybe because of snow. But let me know if you guys can still hear me. Where was I? Is there a beginner kit foundation, primer, concealer? If I match with a color, how do I pick everything else? You could always hit me up. I could help you. But realistically, I know they have, what do you call it? A bundle, which you can bundle with skin products. That's what I believe you can bundle up with. And if you ask me, these are the basics. The basics, if you're starting out, remember that in order to get an airbrush flawless finish, before foundation is primer, especially if you have texture, if you have any type of concerns, fine lines, pores, things like that, or you just want your makeup to go on smoother, last longer, then you want to do a primer. You never want to skip it. Everyone's different. Every makeup artist is different. But me, in my opinion, this is what works. So you always want to do a primer, a foundation that you can work with, meaning if you want it to be more full coverage, you can add a little bit more, you can sheer it out. You want something that you can manipulate so that it's more versatile for you and it's more customized to your lifestyle. And then concealer, always, I use 2. I know if you ask me, I'll show you my whole kit, but yeah, concealer, primer, foundation, concealer, and then either like a powder and a bronzer. For me, in my case, because I've been so dry, I just do a cream contour instead of doing powder because I don't want, I don't want to get texture. You're welcome. Setting your 30 while you like, stop saying it. Don't say it again. I hope no one heard when I mentioned that. But yeah, thank you. Setting powder for mature skin. You can definitely, for Lisa, you can definitely still set your face for mature skin. The only advice I like to give for that is it's all about tools, technique, and formula. So if you have more mature skin and you don't want to enhance texture or anything like that, I personally always like using a pressed powder. The reason why is sometimes when you use a loose powder and you have more mature skin, it just enhances everything more because it's larger particles. So when you go for something like a pressed powder, I like a brush like this. This one's angled. This is actually one of my favorite brushes. You dip into the product and you press. Instead of like going all over, just kind of press it and then you can always like buff. But you should be fine. So use a pressed powder. You're welcome. Of course. Where was I? How about 230? Your demo's not helping my skin tone. I took it twice and it said I was 210. I'm confused. Yeah, so that's odd. It should have matched perfectly. Of course, it's on me. I have a different complexion, but as far as the quiz it caters to 50 different complexions, so it should be fine. If they didn't match you right on the first time, yeah, I would reach out to them. Maybe Maquillage can help you, but it should match. As again, make sure you answer the questions accurately as far as undertone, because I know for me, when I saw the questions, that's really important, guys. So when I ask you for your undertone, if you're not sure, you can always look at the reference picture, take a mirror, whatever the case may be, because that has a lot to do with the match. So just quickly, like for undertone, like I mentioned, they have neutral, warm, and cooler. My case right now, I am a little neutral, but overall, I'm very golden. So I'm warmer. I'm very golden, very yellow. I don't want to do anything too pink because that's going to give me the wrong match. You know what I mean? Yes, primer, Tiffany. You're welcome. And tell me how it goes because it's going to change your life. Especially, this is my favorite. I always have this in my kit. I am amazed of how flawless this foundation. Yeah, it's really like amazing. And you should see when I do like a full face, like full glam. It's so beautiful. I usually like the eyes or the lip to be the focus and then the skin be super natural and flawless. Do you spray? Huh? I don't understand the question. Is the primer like a gel or a cream? It's like a gel. I also tried the no filter primer. It was really good and went smooth on my skin, so I was happy about that. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. What about blush? Cool. Thank you, Haymin. Welcome if you guys just joined. Blush. I love blush. I'm not gonna do blush right now. I'm actually gonna do the foundation over. Don't hate me. I'm just gonna do it for anyone that just joined us. And I'm gonna do it in a unique way today. I'm gonna remove it unique because I didn't bring my makeup wipes over here. So I'm gonna use some lotion. This one's good. This is an old school makeup artist trick. You kind of put this all over. This one is specific. It's because I'm lazy and I literally forgot like my stuff. So I'm just gonna remove it with this and then I'm gonna grab a paper towel. I'm gonna apply for those that just joined us because I'm so nice and I don't want you guys to miss anything. So yeah, this is old school trick when back in the day when you used to do like foundation and sometimes if it was like too cakey or something, you don't want to do this unless you know what you're doing, but it's a good trick. Yes, you should definitely take it over if you feel like you did it in the past and it wasn't the greatest. Kathy, so what was your question about blush? You mean like, am I gonna finish off with blush? I might go grab one later. Now I'm gonna grab my paper towel, which I have rolled up here. This is crazy right now, but it's okay. It's actually the moisturizer I'm using that helps with that. So, because and you just want to be gentle. I've been so dry really that I can't use makeup wipes because it kind of irritates me. So I'm very honest. So that's why I've been using this to remove my makeup. You could use like micellar water or, whatever you like, olive oil. I like this because it's so gentle. Does the blush match your skin tone? Hold on, where was I? How does it work in hot weather? Great question. In hot weather, amazing. I wear it in the summertime and remember that it's lightweight, so good. Lightweight doesn't get crazy. Again, I'm gonna refer back to primer. Let me sanitize my hands again. Because I've been touching other stuff. Yeah, so where was I? Oh, how is it in hot weather? Yeah, in hot weather it's fine because it's so lightweight and it's so natural. The only thing I would do is definitely incorporate a primer. See, at the same time I remove my makeup, I also have moisturizer. So there you go. Because I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do everything again really quickly in case someone missed it. So yeah. Where am I? Yeah, so that is a question to look at your veins. If you can't see them, there's other alternatives because they should have more questions for that. Where was I? It keeps jumping. Sorry, guys. How it works in hot weather and mixed skin. So With mixed skin, do you mean like combination skin? With combination skin, you're fine. Same thing. Just use something. I like to use something like this that's gonna control the oil, but it's not gonna dry me out. The days that I'm a lot like drier, I sometimes mix them. Like it really depends. You can use something more hydrating, more like water based. You can mix your primers, catered to your concerns. I have dry skin between my eyebrows and nose around this time of year. Jamie, exfoliate, exfoliate, exfoliate. Your best friend. I'm not sure if you do like physical exfoliants or chemical, but that's super important to exfoliate. And lots of water also. I know it sounds like cliche, but that really helps me when I have texture. But yeah, exfoliation, moisturizing, heavy moisturizing, especially at nighttime. Yeah. I don't want to get no lines. Okay, where am I? Can all skin tones wear the same color bronzer? Then in my 20s, love the name. Can all, I mean, you should be choosing a bronzer because in my case, bronzer, I like to use to warm up the skin, to give me a bit of dimension, but not be too crazy. There's a difference with bronzer and contour, which is a whole nother topic. But yeah. For those of you guys that just joined us, I'm still going to answer questions, but for those of you that just joined us, I did some primer, the No Filter primer, and I've been talking about the foundation, which comes in a glass jar of full size. And I also mentioned about the program, which is risk-free, 14 days. You only pay for shipping. And yeah, the foundation is beautiful. It's a medium to full, super lightweight, natural finish. And I'm going to do half the face. Just did the primer, and I'm using the same brush. So I don't really target the under eye because I'm still going to do concealer. And as I mentioned, my skin is sensitive dry. For those of you that are wondering, I'm sensitive dry. So your undertone changes with the season. It could be, the only time is, now we all tend to tan differently. So if you're, in the sun, or even naturally, this year has been crazy, so I'm not really speaking for this summer, at least for myself, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. But usually, even if we're not like, trying to sit there and sunbathe, like we're out in the sun in the summertime and we do get color, sometimes it's not always the same. I know it sounds crazy. So it really depends. Your undertone can change depending on how you tan. So me, sometimes I get really red. Sometimes I get more golden, more, so it really depends. What products do you recommend for dry skin? As far as makeup, like I said, I'm dry. I do the primer, but of course you still want to do your skincare because nothing is gonna, replace a good skincare routine, something catered to, again, your concerns, whether that be dry skin, oily skin, whatever the case may be, find something that works for you and then stick to it. So that's that. And I'm gonna do concealer a little bit. And look how quick that was. I did it, I took it off. I'm doing it again, but this time I'm gonna do same time. And now I'm gonna use a different shade. This one is shade 9. Sorry, forgot to mention. I wanna show you the difference. Earlier I used shade 8, which is to conceal and brighten. So this concealer, shade 9, it's a bit more orange. So in this case, it's gonna color correct. The only reason why I go a bit lower, usually when you color correct, you don't need to. It's because it's so lightweight. It's so forgiving. And this one, it's really gonna target like the darkness. It's not so much gonna highlight, but it's just gonna really target the darkness and kind of conceal. Very natural. It's a bit more natural. Is this foundation good for dry skin? Yes, ma'am. I'm sensitive dry and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed because the finish is beautiful. It's not too dry. If this was like a really matte foundation, I wouldn't be able to pull it off because I don't like matte. I don't like really matte foundations for myself because I'm so dry. I would just look, it doesn't look so youthful. but it's that perfect matte where it's satin. It's not like luminous. It's not drying. It's right in between. It's like a velvet. It's so perfect. Just like that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of contour again, just on the cheeks for anyone that missed it. Where was I? Can I use, if I use, why is this happening? Okay. Kathy, can I use if I also use retin-A? Absolutely. I also use retin-A, retinol religiously, and it's completely fine. That's really more so how you're using your retin-A or retinol. Obviously, you want to, again, that's a whole nother conversation, but you want to make sure you're giving your skin time to breathe, etc. So you're not like over drying, because then your skin, I'm sure you know, your skin does get a lot more sensitive by using that. So keep that in mind. Okay, next I'm gonna be with a darker skin tone like Mimi Leaks and Cynthia. I will definitely, girl, I got you. I will relay the message, and absolutely. Maybe I'll even do it with my friend. I think that would be so cool. It's just these times are, trying times, but if my friend comes over, I think that'll be cool. We could probably do like a get ready together just so you guys can see it on, different complexions. But we'll see, because it's hard. That way you guys can tell both. But they do have a lot of videos. My connection broke up a little bit. It's the snow. They do have a lot of videos on their YouTube already. So yeah, check that out. Is there a test for concealer color? Yes. And again, if you guys joined later, you are able to bundle if you're going to do the try before you buy. And you're able to bundle with either primer or concealer. And there is a test for the concealer. Now I just go over with the sponge. This ring is sliding off. I usually set with powder, so go ahead and add that to your routine. I would do maybe like a translucent powder. If you're doing bronzer or this cream contour bronzer, I would definitely set your face. I'm not going to, for the sake of, I'm really in my house and I like a dewy finish, but I would add that to the description, because I am going to be adding the products I use to this. You're going to get an email along with the mystery gift if you guys are going to stay tuned till the end. But yeah, you're able to bundle once you're at checkout for the risk-free try before you buy, which once again, it's 14 days, risk-free. You only pay for shipping $5. Yeah, you're able to bundle up once you're at the add to cart section. For applying foundation, using a lighter bristle brush better than using a flat bristle brush. I'm going to show you what I have here. I do have brushes next to me. And that could also be another video, because I know it's like you guys might have a lot of questions, but there's numerous different types of brushes, and it really all comes down to your preference. Oh yeah, so there you go. If they offer a bundle of 3, girl, you better jump on it now. I'm telling you now, because I wasn't even aware. I thought it was like one other, but that's like an amazing deal, because again, where else do you have the option of trying a product risk-free for 14 days? And if you don't love it, you can just send it back. And you still get the gifts. You keep the gift. So I would recommend it. As a makeup artist, I'm telling you, I definitely recommend it. Now, again, this is the brush I use, so it's a bit dirty now. And I love it because it's a perfect density, I want to say. It's not too fluffy, not too dense. But yeah, that's this. They also have like, this is another type of foundation brush. These are actually by Il Maquillage, because I'm obsessed, but there's other brands, whatever you like to use. This is a flat foundation brush. And this is a silk foundation brush. This one is a bit more dense. This one I do when I do like a heavy contour. I love this one for creams. Creams, I love using this, yeah, for creams, powders. Again, if I'm going like all out heavy TV, stuff like that. This one is more old school. It gives you more coverage. It's a bit heavier as far as you're going to get that full coverage. So if that's what you want, try that out. Overall, this one, you're in control of everything. You get airbrush finish. You can't beat that. And this one's a bit more natural in my opinion. You see how I also use this to remove the makeup. So it really all depends. That's so weird, Jolie. So that's odd because again, as long as you answered correctly, you should be matched perfectly. If that's the case that you didn't for whatever the reason, I would reach out to them. Um, what is the best way? Oh, what is the best way to find that right match without the test? You can try to look if you have experience, but again, I would definitely encourage you to retake the quiz. Now, take your time when answering the questions. Although it's 90 seconds, you want to make sure that you're answering the questions as accurate as possible, meaning you're looking at the visuals. Even if you have to like take a second and Google, like undertone or whatever the case may be, if you're not like super comfortable, then I would, recommend that because I really have faith that like it'll work for you because it's so accurate. When is it best to use the beauty blender versus when to use a brush? So it's really all preference. I tend to always go back with this is not a beauty blender, but they're all beauty blenders to me. They're all like beauty sponges. This one's damp. This one I feel like it's more natural. The only thing about a damp sponge sometimes is that it can also eat up a lot of the product. That's one thing, but it does shear it out. And I feel like it wastes product. As to this one, a brush, it's kind of doing the work for you and it's airbrush. It's like one and done. So it really all depends. And because we're here, I'm going to go ahead and add a lip just because. This one's brand new. I'm going to do a red lip. I don't have blush. I don't have highlight. And again, I would recommend you set your face with powder, please. In my case, I'm not going to because I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? But when I'm going out, I definitely set my face. So this is a red liner. I'm looking at the mirror I have here. And this is your chance. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. And again, stay tuned to the very end, just a few more minutes, so that you guys are able to get the mystery gift. I like to overline a little bit. Don't judge me. See, it looks a little crazy. It looks crooked. I'm going to fix it. It's so hard with the mirror being there. And yeah. I love this liner. So yeah, it's all about preference. And now I'm going to throw on this. This is also by them. This is a liquid lip. I love this one. Just because I feel like so pale. I'm like talking. But I'm used to doing like a full face. So also, because of like mask and stuff, these lippies, I look crazy right now. These lippies are amazing because they are not going to budge. I promise you. Just make sure you let them dry. This is my favorite red lip ever. My mirror is so far away, so. And this dries down matte, so it's so pretty. I like to do a little at a time so it doesn't get cakey. So off topic, right? I went from foundation to a lip. And I could still overline a little bit, but should we leave it like that? I don't know. Wow, she's here. She's ready. She's ready to go where? To her living room. Hello. Okay, I'm so annoying. I usually go back in with the liner, but you know. Oh my God, this lip makes me feel alive. Not even kidding. I miss seeing myself with like a red lip. I feel like I could conquer the world. See, even without blush, even without highlight, it literally just amped up. I feel like I did a TikTok, a transition, like we're alive. So I have any on my teeth? No, we're good. Yeah, where was I? Hi, when I use blue eyeshadow it turns green, I even use primer. When you use blue eyeshadow, Jean, I think it's Jean. Look, it's slowly, I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place. It's slowly starting to dry, and oh my God, I'm so obsessed. That's so weird. I would recommend doing an eyeshadow. You already use primer, so try doing a color corrector before your primer. So if it's turning colors, I would target the something a color contrast. So you can always Google like a picture of a color wheel, whatever is contrast to that color that you don't want it to turn, then do that. You know what I mean? Do it just a little tiny bit, and then wait till it dries. You could even set it and then do your primer, and that should help. That's super weird. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, it's my favorite. This one is Geisha. Just in case, I'm just throwing it in there. If you guys need to know, this one's Geisha, and the lip liner is Burgundy. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. This is my favorite. I could wear this lip to bed. So flawless, girl. You better work in your living room. You're damn right. The name, yeah. So the name for the lips, I'll make sure that they leave it in the description. Also by them, obviously, because I'm obsessed. Geisha and Burgundy, my favorite. Jolie. Yeah, Jolie. So honestly, if you want to hit me up, I could definitely match you. No, it sounds crazy, but if if you're frustrated and you tried a few times, I have no problem. But yeah, I'm surprised because it's really accurate. So yeah, that's odd, but it happens. You know what I mean? It happens. So feel free. You can either hit them up again and I'll make sure to help you out. You can leave a note and just let them know that you joined the 101, the Foundation 101, and Gia referred you, and then I'll definitely help you out. I have no problem. Yes, and then they just added there what I'm wearing now. So you guys, in case you love it, because I'm obsessed. It just literally changed my mood. Thank you, Jolie. Thank you so much. Finished look is amazing. You can, but again, there's various different ways in telling your undertone. I like to keep it simple. So usually the most not the most popular, but overall throughout the whole scale from super, super light to the deep, darker complexions, there's always usually neutral, olive, cooler, and warmer. So determine that first. And the way I like to keep it like super simple is when it's neutral, it's you're not pulling too much of any color. It's kind of like neutral. Does that make sense? You're not pulling too much yellow. You're not pulling too much pink. For the deeper complexions, you're not pulling too much, same thing, too much red. You're not pulling too much orange. It's like right in between where you could almost get away with both, but yeah, not too much of both. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. But yeah, just really look at yourself in the mirror and kind of determine that. You are going to be able to tell. Like me, for sure, you could tell on camera. I pull more yellow. Yeah. So as long as you answer that question, which is super important, you should be fine. Regardless of that, I'm not going to take up too much time, but thank you so much, guys. If you stay tuned till the very end, you're going to get a mystery gift at checkout if you do the try before you buy. And yeah, I encourage you guys. I hope you learned something. I hope, you got to see the products in action, in live action with someone that's been trying them for a while and someone that's actually experienced that, hasn't only tried it on myself, but like tons of my clients. And yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. So I'm sharing it with you guys. Yeah, so 120. They just linked it there. I'm wearing shade 120. I'm wearing makeup myself because everything trying to make my face feel like it was smothering. I hope this worked better. Yeah, Jennifer. So if you're someone like that feels like makeup was like smothering you and it's like heavy, definitely try it out because it's pretty much the opposite. Super lightweight, buildable, beautiful natural coverage. It really doesn't get better. I promise you'll love it. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Thank you, guys. If I didn't answer your questions, I'm sorry. I believe I got them all. Thank you so much, Lupe. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys. Anyways, it's been real. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure you check your email for a breakdown of the products I used. If you like the lip, they linked it there. What else? That's it. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Okay. Bye, guys.